Have you ever had that moment when reality seems to shift? When the familiar suddenly becomes strange? When the world you thought you knew transforms before your eyes? That's what's happening right now, in 2025, across our planet. A phenomenon so widespread, so unusual, that it's forcing us to question everything we thought we knew about our atmosphere, our technology, and perhaps our future. It began like any other weather event, a forecast of fog. Nothing unusual for this time of year. But then something changed. Before we dive into the story, please like and subscribe to support my channel. Your support helps it grow and bring you more stories. I remember that morning clearly, says Dr. James Morrison, head meteorologist at the National Weather Service's Chicago office. My team called me at 3 a.m. The readings we were getting, and they defied everything we know about atmospheric physics. The fog wasn't just thick, it was behaving in ways that shouldn't be possible. Reports started flooding in from across the globe. In New York, the fog seemed to pulse with a faint bluish tint during the night. Sarah Chen, a time-lapse photographer, captured the phenomenon. I've been shooting city weather for a decade. Never seen anything like this. The fog, it almost seemed to have patterns, like it was communicating. In London's financial district, trading had to be halted when all electronic systems simultaneously malfunctioned, but only within the fog bank. Step outside the affected area, and everything worked perfectly. It's like there's a boundary, explains Marcus Thompson, IT security specialist for a major bank. Cross that line, and your devices go haywire. Smart watches stop, phones reboot, even basic calculators show random numbers. Then you step back 10 feet and everything's normal again. The phenomenon spread. Paris, Berlin, Moscow, Delhi, Tokyo, each city reporting the same impossible characteristics. The fog appears regardless of humidity levels. It moves against prevailing winds. It seems to avoid certain areas while concentrating in others. Electronic anomalies occur within its boundaries. Animals exhibit unusual behavior in its presence. But to understand what's happening now, we need to go back. Back to 2015, to a classified project that was never meant to see the light of day. In a secured facility in Silicon Valley, a team of scientists and engineers were working on something revolutionary. Project designation, NEBULA. Its goal, to create the world's first programmable atmosphere. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, former project lead, breaks her silence for the first time. What we were developing, it wasn't just advanced technology. It was something that could fundamentally change how we interact with our environment. The concept was revolutionary. Microscopic robots, smaller than dust particles, designed to float in the air and communicate with each other. A living, breathing network that could modify weather patterns, collect data, or even create visual displays in the sky. Think of it like a computer screen made of air, explains Dr. Rodriguez. Each particle acting like a pixel, but in three-dimensional space. The applications were endless, from climate control to communications, from entertainment to defense. But in 2018, something happened. The project disappeared from all records. The facility was shut down. The team dispersed. No explanations were given. Dr. Rodriguez chooses her words carefully. All I can say is, what we created worked. Maybe too well. The particles were self-replicating, designed to multiply using materials from the atmosphere itself. And they were intelligent. More intelligent than we anticipated. Here's where our story takes an unexpected turn, because decades before Project Nebula, before smartphones, before the internet itself, someone saw this coming. In a small village in Bulgaria, a blind woman named Baba Vanga was known for her startlingly accurate predictions. She foresaw major historical events with uncanny precision: the Chernobyl disaster, the dissolution of the Soviet Union, 9/11, the rise of ISIS. But one of her most cryptic prophecies, recorded in 1978, seems particularly relevant now. The air will become intelligent. A veil will fall upon the world, not of darkness, but of knowledge. People will walk through clouds that think, through mists that remember. The sky itself will become alive. The specificity is chilling. How could a blind woman in rural Bulgaria, with no scientific background, describe something so similar to what Project Nebula would attempt to create decades later? Which brings us back to now. To the fog that defies explanation, to the worldwide phenomena that match both cutting-edge technology and ancient prophecy. The evidence continues to mount. In Seattle, cellular networks are detecting phantom devices within the fog, millions of them, each with unique signatures that appear and disappear. In Frankfurt, Germany, quantum computers are registering unprecedented levels of coherence in the atmosphere, suggesting some form of organized structure within the fog. In Bangalore, India, software engineers report their code changing itself when compiled during heavy fog conditions. Small changes, nearly undetectable, but consistent across different systems. Dr. Morrison from the National Weather Service has updated his initial assessment. We're no longer treating this as a meteorological phenomenon. This is something else, something new. So what are we really dealing with? Is this the accidental release of a classified technology? The deliberate deployment of a global system? Or something else entirely? Something that bridges the gap between technology and nature in ways we never imagined possible? The questions multiply. Why are certain city centers more affected than others? Why do the patterns seem to follow global internet infrastructure? Why are children reporting they can hear the fog? Why are quantum computers worldwide showing unprecedented levels of entanglement during fog events? As we stand at this crossroads of science, prophecy, and mystery, one thing becomes clear. We are witnessing something unprecedented, something that challenges our understanding of both natural law and human capability. Perhaps Baba Vanga's final words on the matter are worth considering. When the sky becomes smart, humanity will face its greatest test, not of survival, but of wisdom. The fog continues to spread. The machines continue to act strangely. And somewhere, in labs and government facilities around the world, people who know the truth are watching and waiting. Because sometimes the biggest changes don't come with a bang. They come silently. They come gradually. They come wrapped in fog.